Hi, my name is Sam. I'm the Grand Prospirator of Corporate Learning. I'm in Banff, Alberta right now, and I've just finished an intensive 3 days of a symposium on the scholarship of teaching and learning. SOTL, for short, I learned in this conference. I had an opportunity to actually present a case study on a reflexive analysis of instructional design programs for e-learning. I also had an opportunity to attend a variety of different presentations, and originally my intent was to make a video blog around some of my key learnings. But as I started to flip through my 28 pages of notes from this learning journal, I realized that I still really need to spend some more time to synthesize some of this learning. But just to give you a bit of a sneak peek on some of the key concepts that I learned, we had a lot of discussion around integrated research and teaching at institutions, and how research can actually aid in teaching excellence. This was actually something that I thought is really a valuable conversation because it feeds directly into the role of academy in learning. A related kind of area that we're looking at is what is the value of degrees? And there's increasing kind of research that shows that students really see this as a ticket towards getting a job. And learning seems to be more incidental than kind of a primary focus. But this has actually significant implications on both the delivery and the service expectations of learning, at least in the undergraduate level. Something else that we looked at were assessments, both at the course level, the program level, as well as the institutional level, and how some of these assessments could feed into institutional excellence. And I think something that, like just as a general framework that I thought was interesting, is that a lot of studies actually focus around gathering quantitative data, but it's actually in the qualitative research that we're actually able to come to a deeper understanding, and it's that qualitative data that actually really complements some of the quantitative results that really don't necessarily tell you what to do or some of the deeper nuances on what people are saying. One of the other themes that kept on coming up was that a lot of the universities are struggling with helping undergraduate students with academic reading and writing. And this also is recognized to be contextual. So somebody in the business faculty is not necessarily going to write the same way as somebody in sciences or in arts, but generally speaking, there seems to be a deficiency at the undergraduate level in both ability to read, and to read not just in a way that just skims through the content, but read in a deeper way and read to learn. And also tied to that, being able to write and communicate in an effective way. I think that something that I spend a lot of time trying to do, because the people that were attending the conference were mainly professors as well as senior leadership in centers for teaching and learning. And what I was trying to really spend some time was, well, what are tips to kind of engaging in academic reading? How do people stay on top of literature? And also, like, what are some of the different learning strategies that they actually instill in their own lives to make sure that they continue learning? There's three areas that I think that I'm definitely going to spend a little bit more time looking into, and one is threshold concepts. So this came up a couple times. Another one is universal design concepts, which is kind of evolved into universal design learning and universal instructional design. And there's something else I want to look at. And the third area that I'm going to spend some time looking at is how contemplative practices can come into an academic discipline to create the space and the time for deeper learning. And I think some of these contemplative practices, which is more from a spiritual tradition, has been the focus of research, partly because there's a recognition that the frenetic pace of life and the mass of information that people are bombarded with is not conducive to deep learning or creative learning, and it's actually through some of the contemplative or more reflexive practices that you can get to that state. So I had a really excellent time at the Symposium of Teaching and Learning, and I really thank the organizers, Mount Royal, for such an excellent experience, and I really look forward to continuing to learn, but also connect with some of the wonderful relationships that I've built over the past 3 days.